Can't decide between a power-packed finish or sneaky precision? This deck gives you two incredible win conditions. Go big with Namora or outplay your opponent with Gwenpool. Let's break down how to navigate these paths to secure victory every time. We'll start with Namora first. She gives +5 power to a card in another location if they are the only card there. In order to leverage that, we use cards like Nocturne and Colossus. Symbiote Spider-Man is used to double up your Namora buff, and he also doubles up the Gwenpool buffs. Gwenpool is good with cards like Wasp, Yellowjacket, Ant-Man, and Nightcrawler. Nico is here just because she is good value. She ultimately is a flex slot if you want to slot something else in, although the way this deck is designed is it allows you to dump your hand essentially so you can target the Gwenpool buffs if you are going down that path. So be very careful with substitutions. That's why I was looking for 1 cost, 0 costs, 2 costs. That way I can empty my hand and have targeted buffs for Gwenpool. Agony by far is the biggest flex slot in this deck. Use whatever 1 cost or cheap cost card. If you're feeling bold, you might go higher than that on the cost ladder. I've been sitting on this deck for a couple of months now, waiting to make a video on it. It's a very good performer, and I just could not figure out what that 12th card was going to be. So Agony is that now because she works with Nightcrawler. She works with keeping your lane with only 1 card if you're going down the Namora path. She works with, you can slide him around and now he's a 2/5 or a 3/5. However you want to do that math. So there is some utility with Agony here, actually. Okay, first up we have H3 Iffy. Warrior Falls, first location. I could play Agony and then Colossus there. Let's see if they are bold. They are not. And I have Namora. I will play Colossus here. Have that not get destroyed. I wonder if they stay in Hala or maybe not. I figure I win Warrior Falls. Especially because Colossus is not moving after turn 4 destroy. So let's go. I'm fine if Nico gets destroyed. This is another use of Yellowjacket in this deck, so let's take advantage of that. Draw some more cards. See what path I go to. The Cosmo is there. That is fine. This does not move, right? Cards can't be destroyed, move. Okay, yes. So I get down the Spooderman here. That way he slides mid and is by himself. And then I have a choice. I could go Gwenpool or I could go Namora. They have Nightcrawler and, whew, good. Let my cards slide. Please let them slide. And I could have taken out their Nightcrawler. Interesting. Let's see. I have 5 turns. So I actually can go Namora into Spider-Man right now. I have priority. Let's get that out of the way. And then I can Gwenpool next turn. And I'm free to Gwenpool in whatever lane. Clearly it won't be right. It will be left. But this is a lot of power, so I am expecting a retreat, honestly. Are they lower collection level? Nocturne is good if I would have had her to shut off Limbo. Now this is where Gwenpool can be targeted. So I think I will get all of the cards out of my hand. I can keep Wasp since that's free. And I don't see a path to victory. What in the world? Huh? Huh? Into Iron Man, I guess, is the play. So they do have a low collection level, and that would be my guess, but yeah, that just wasn't going to win this game. I am very sorry, low collection level player. This is a strong deck against higher collection level players, so let's get on to them. Okay, we are coming for the king, so we best not miss. I mean, I think I do Nico. That draw 2 spell. 8 card deck. So no telling what they are right now. Now what do I destroy? I did say the Agony is the biggest flex slot. So I can go Agony and no. Let me go here to get the bonus energy so I can get the Gwenpool down if I desire. Did that not trigger Feast? Let's see. It did. Okay. There is Namora. So I will play Gwenpool here. Here? Or do I play Gwenpool here? Fenris, they don't have Shang. Are they running Shang-Chi? I'll play Gwenpool over here. We will see if they are running Shang-Chi. There is a Yellowjacket. This down here. Next turn I will have 6 energy, so I can play Namora and Nightcrawler. So let's continue to go down this path. Do I have any? Well, that's fine. That was the only one in hand. He did not get a buff, I don't think. And now we go Namora and Nightcrawler. What are you bringing back of mine? I should snap. Because what are you possibly going to bring back? It's going to be a Ant-Man or a Wasp if you make me discard another card? That's horrible value on that Fenris Wolf. Yellowjacket ultimately is only 1 power. If they play more cards middle, that's actually even worse. Okay. So I'm winning. Oh, they brought back the Agony. Okay. How did they bring back Agony? Where was that? How come I didn't see Agony? Okay. 10 energy. I think I slide these 2 cards over here. I have 8. Okay, yeah. So that's why I snapped. It's just going to be a lot of power for them to overcome. I ultimately would have tied middle. Or maybe I shouldn't. I actually would have reconsidered. They can't get much into Crimson Cosmos. So it only makes sense to barely win this lane, because if they play here, I should be able to overpower them in the other 2 lanes. So in that case, it would have been sliding Nightcrawler. Sliding Nightcrawler over, moving Jeff middle, playing Ant-Man and Wasp left to just barely win there, Nocturne middle. However I would have done it, it would have been just enough points, but it would have been enough points to overpower them. And that's what this deck is designed to do. Courtesy of Feast, we got to combine Namora and Gwenpool, and you just see the amount of power it can put up across all lanes. And while this may not be the most super impressive total, it's enough to outpower our opponent. Okay, next up we have Gobato. Weapon X, what are you getting rid of? Nico, that is fine by me. I will be patient. This deck is allowed to be patient because there are all kinds of small cards. Now it is just, well, there is no choice of what path I want. So I will throw Nightcrawler down. Jeff, that makes me think they are unlikely to have, what's his face? Killmonger. Get down the Symbiote Spider-Man. And then I think I will go Gwenpool. Well, I definitely will now. This is... So it's definitely move. It's probably some kind of disruption. I have priority. Now, do I get rid of something out of my hand? If I get rid of the Nightcrawler, or the Yellowjacket, I mean, and then I have one in every lane, that gives me flexibility with Namora. So let's do that. They went all to Ant-Man for their first round. Round 2 goes to more Ant-Man. That is okay. That does mean Namora is a little worse off, but I actually could do this into this. Let's go that route. A lot of power everywhere. We have priority and a large Ant-Man. So I think I go here. Ant-Man, if they play a, what's his face? Cannonball? Or no, the Wasp goes middle. Jeez, a 10 power Wasp. I mean, I guess I just do this. It's important the order. Yes, I want to play Nightcrawler first. That way if the Silk moves over. So that is what I will do. Clearly, this is just a lot of power I have on the board. It's a lot of power. So I'm hard-pressed to see how they can pull this out. Is this a Galactus? Because otherwise... Oh, Magneto. Okay. I can dig it. The Magneto, which I should have been expecting, but again, it's just way too much power. And the Magneto play was always losing to a single Symbiote Spider-Man. So yeah, this wasn't a great stay, but people play out games all the time because I had 10 power over here. So if I just play a single card here, Silk is bouncing out. You're already losing middle. So there were just very few pathways to victory for my opponent, but that's what this deck does. It doesn't give you much of a chance. Okay, next up we have Smog. We clearly have a line or two, but it will probably be Namora. They are playing all of the cards in the world. The Thanos Arishem monstrosity. Okay, I will not be playing Symbiote Spider-Man and Namora over there. Colossus middle? Sure. Let's go Colossus middle. Okay, it doesn't matter, but it still doesn't, that's fantastic. Attilan. So it is just getting cards out of our hand to hopefully draw back into one of our lines. I will have one card per location. The reason movers are in this deck, Nightcrawler, Jeff, Nocturne, is just so I can reposition. So I can have Namora give them buffs and then reposition them after the fact. They took our Wasp, hilarious. So that actually helped thin our deck. That's why I'm not a fan of these mill decks. Because taking a Wasp for me, who cares? We drew into nothing we needed. I will play Nocturne here. They're gonna snap. Boy, Attilan really hosed us. So I'm gonna retreat. I'm in a decent position, but I need to draw into either Namora or Gwenpool. And I just didn't do it, and because they snapped, I can't hope I draw into them. They might now be the bottom two cards of my deck. So if somebody snaps on you, and this deck is very straightforward, if you don't have one of your two winning lines in hand and or Symbiote Spider-Man, depending on how the game's going, please retreat for a cube and queue back up into the next one where you can snap aggressively once you have those cards in hand. Okay, next up, we are against Purple Haze. Blake Hellas. I will hold on the Nico. They had 8 cards in their deck, high-ranked player. Let's see. I will still hold. I'm thinking to put the Agony on Jeff. Is Sakar going to hurt me? Agony.
Yeah.
I could make it a decent. I could make this decent for me. A 2/3 chance something positive happens. So let's see what gets pulled. They didn't play anything. That's interesting. And I hit the 33. They can't do Mystique. I think it is Symbiote Spider-Man. Hey. And then I could Namora? Okay. They have a +7 card. I could play Colossus. Do I Symbiote Spider-Man the Jeff? Let me... I don't know what I'm doing this game. Let's go here. And here. Here and here. Let's see what this is. A Shadow? No, it can't be a Shadow King. Dark Hawk. Where does their cards go over there? So we bail on that lane. Absolutely bail. Or do I? Yes, let's bail. Move the Symbiote Spider-Man there. How much is Ant-Man worth? 5? So slide this here. Play Ant-Man and Namora. I think they go hard mid. Oh. They did not. Ooh. Ooh. Just barely. Just barely. We bailed on the right lane. They were not accounting for the Namora. Now, that said, if they had played both of their cards mid, we eat it. So this is just a guessing game. Where am I going to move my Symbiote Spider-Man Jeff? They played hard for where I had no power at. And thankfully that paid off for us. Okay, next up we have Dudust. We have all of our cheap cards. And I will be patient. 8 cards in their deck on turn 1. We, of course, with this deck need to draw into Namora or Gamora. It is not Gamora, it is Gwenpool. Namora it will be. Again, just be patient. They are destroy, that is why you are patient. So I know the Nightcrawler is in trouble. I will get the Nocturne down middle. I want to Namora this lane because I can absolutely fill it up. And this might have them think that I will move Nocturne into Mojo World. Because I can just fill it on the last turn with these cheap cards, cheap or free cards. There is Jeff. Perfect. So we have 2 movers. I can hold this for next turn. I will get down Namora, of course. And then it is just stacking our power somewhere. They have an 8 cost, or 8 power Deadpool that will turn into 16. After this Killmonger, they have priority. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 0. I'm comfortable enough holding. It is not, it is a Venom. 16 power. Deadpool. They don't have bonus energy. So I need to be able to get over the top in this Venom lane. Here, here, here. This wins middle. What is this? 8 and 9. 9 plus 8 is 17? If they abandon Mojo World and they play Death, do I just stack? Do I just stack middle? I can't play 1 cost there. Uh-oh. Did you Killmonger me? Did you Killmonger me? Oh, into Zolt? No, you don't have extra energy. Whew. Okay. They robbed that. Thankfully, we did not see a Killmonger. My original play would have won. Because they didn't add any power middle, and I was just going to have the Symbiote Spider-Man here. I was afraid of them playing a something here, the Deadpool or Death, and then their Deadpool or Death here and abandon left. So that was always going to be likely in my mind. They may not have drawn into Death, which is why they went this path instead. And they get to 9 here. That means they would have thought I would have maybe abandoned left. I don't know, it's difficult to say what they were thinking in this case. But I was able to assess the game correctly. And with the Namora and the super late Symbiote Spider-Man, pull out a victory. Okay, next up we have Spy Master. The Vault. I will hold 8 cards in their deck. We do have Symbiote Spider-Man and Namora. Perfect. So, what do I get down now? I can get down the here. No. The here. Yes. Because I'm thinking to play Symbiote Spider-Man and Namora. Nightcrawler, I think this is fine. Okay, let's see what they do to me. Should I get the Yellowjacket out of my hand? There's no great place for it. Okay. They did not. I have priority though. That is the only issue. I'm fine snapping into this. Do I have priority? They have priority. Okay. So I can do Namora, activate here. Do not, whatever you do, under any circumstances, move the Nightcrawler over left, because then Symbiote Spider-Man will latch on to the Nightcrawler. And I think I want 2 buffs on the Jeff, so that is what I will do. I will get down Yellowjacket after. I know that reduces the power by 1. I'm still fine with that. And I will hold the rest of my hand. Perfect. So they get a Wasp, they get to resurrect. Okay, a tie there. I can move Nightcrawler over. And yes, I've just emptied my hand. I mean, are they gonna Shang-Chi me? Are they gonna Shang-Chi me? If they Shang-Chi me, I lose. Let's see what their plan is. The reason I'm not moving the Jeff, people expect, like, Jeff can easily overcome this -3 from the hood. And so if they YOLO a Shang-Chi middle, so the only card they can bring back is Wasp, and that's 1 power. So let's see if they YOLO'd a Shang-Chi, and if it is right. Nothing discarded. Ooh. There is the Wasp. Absolutely perfect. Of course, this deck did not have Shang-Chi in it. It was the Black Bolt Stature version. They were hopeful that maybe their last turn Moon Knight, which is why they played Moon Knight, then activated Fenris Wolf, would be more than Wasp's 1 power. Even if I had moved the... Yeah, if I had moved the and just played a bunch of cards middle, that also wins. And again, we just abandoned middle, played hard for right, because we were up by more points there, and just enough left because I can do that math. And we pulled out a fantastic last turn snap by our opponent game, and we're victorious. This deck has multiple winning lines, and also the snap and retreat lines are pretty clear. If your opponent snaps and you just don't have Namora and Gwenpool and some of the cards that you need to make them work, then just retreat. There's a lot of overlap with those supporting cards, which is fantastic, and why I think this deck works more often than it doesn't. Let me know what you think. Thank you for making it this deep into the video. I appreciate it so much. It helps the channel grow. And thank you to all the members of the channel. You also help the channel grow. Thank you. Until next time.